Hello friends, welcome back. So in this session we will learn the new feature of Java Standard Edition 8. So in Java 8, what are the new features that is introduced that we will learn in this session? So what are the new features that is added in Java? One is default and static method in interface. Default and static method in interface. So far we have seen that in interface only the abstract method can be defined into your interface, only the abstract method. But in Java 8 you can add default method and static method also. So let's see that one. So why default method and static methods added? Because default method is added to add the new functionality into the subclass by default. Suppose it's up to your choice. If you want to give the implementation, you can give the implementation, but if you don't want to give the implementation, that is also fine. You can ignore the implementation. In that case, default implementation will be provided into your interface. But instead of that one, if you want to override that method and you want to modify the behavior, or you want to modify the implementation, then you can go with the inheritance and you can implement that as per your choice. You can override that one. So for that purpose they have added the default method. And static method you know already very well, because static method or static member do not need to create the object. So if you no need to create the object, then definitely in interface you can give the static method, because you with the name of interface class you can call. You no need to create the object. So that's why they have added the static method also. Okay, so let's see the example of that one. So if you see here, we have created one interface that is called my interface, and inside this my interface, if you see, we have added an abstract method. This is an abstract method. And if you add here abstract, that is also fine, because by default the methods will be an abstract method. You no need to give this abstract keyword. If you give, that is also fine. That is up to your choice. Okay, and if you see here, this print name is also the default one. This is our default method. You have to use default keyword. By using default keyword, we can define any default method into interface, and this method you can call with the help of object only, or with the help of interface, a reference only. But where will be the object and where will be the reference, that will be available when you will extend this interface, or when you will inherit this interface, or you will implement this interface into your class. In that case only you can call this default method, because you need the object of this my interface, and object of my interface you cannot create. You have to implement that one. And in the implementation or in the subclass, you can for your subclass you can create the object. So you can call this print method, and this get message you can call with the help of my interface name only. With the name, you no need to create the object, because this is an static method. Okay, so now if you give the implementation, so we have given implementation in my interface implementation. my interface IMPL class we have given the implementation, and you can see here what are the methods that we have overridden here, and we have given the implementation. We have override the method named show and display, but here if you see print and get message is there. Get message you cannot do that one, because this get message is a static one. If you want to give, you can do. If you want to give, you can do that one, no issue. That is also fine. But if you see here, method get message of a type interface must override or implement a super type method get message. Okay. So for this one also you cannot, so that also you cannot do, so you can remove this one. And along with this one more method is there, that is the print name. That is a default implementation, so you no need to implement here, you no need to override that here, because the default implementation is provided into my interface only. In my interface we have provided this default implementation. What it is giving? It is giving the name of this interface, simple name. Okay. So here we have created the object of my interface is equal to new my interface, and here we are printing display and show method. If you see what is the show and display implementation, my implementation show this one only, display this is the implementation. So it will print these values into your console, and we are using here a logger to do that one. And here if you see print name, so this print name from where it will be calling, what it will print, it will print from my interface. It will not print from the class, because in class we have not overridden this one, and we no need to override because default implementation is there. But still if you want to do, you can do that one. Get message you can call only with the name, so we are calling with the names here. So you will see here, so first it is calling show, then it is calling display, show display, then it is calling name. What is the name? My interface is the name. Then it's a message. What is message? Hello world, welcome to Java 8 features demo. That only we have printed into this one. Yes, see here we are not overriding default method, but if we want to do so, we can do. Very simple, you just remove this default. Now if you see, you can add here override also, because this is an overridden from this one. So now this time this will be the name. If you see this time, that will be something different. Here instead of my interface, it will be my interface IMPL. Yes. So in this way we can create the object for interface, and we can add default or static method, default and static method in interface. But in Java standard edition 7 these two features was not there. In Java standard edition 7 we can add only the abstract methods, but in Java 8 they have added these features, so we can add default and static method in interface. Okay, so this was the new feature is added in Java 8. Another one is an date and time API, that is also added into Java 8. Date and time API, that we have already seen in the date and time API session. You can go to that one, you can go to that session and you can watch that. So you can just watch this session again. So this will be looking like this only. This we have already made in date and time API in Java 8. You can see that one. Okay, that is that's fine. I will add this link in our video description. Okay, next one is using this and and method, this using this as method parameter. So in that was not a new feature actually, this is the new means new information they have provided into Java Standard Edition 8, but that feature was already there. So what is that feature? You can use this variable, you can use this variable in method parameters. I will show you to the example here. Okay, so using this, so if you see here, we have created one class. So here if you see, we have created one hello, we have created one hello main class, and inside this main class if you see what we have created one hello object. Hello is equals to new hello, hello is equals to new hello, and we have passed here one message, hello world, welcome to Java 8 features. And here just we have used logger info dot hello dot toString, hello dot set message, namaste Java programming में आपका स्वागत है. We have modified that message. This is the actual message used by constructor. We have set this message, and after setting this one we have printed. Then we are setting the another message, and then again we are printing that message, and then we are setting again new message, and then we are printing. So what will be the values you will see will be printed in your console? Same only, first it will print hello world, welcome to Java 8 feature, then it will print namaste Java programming में आपका स्वागत है. Next it will print ABC message. So if you see the hello class, see here if you see how many parameters are there in set message, set message message, how many parameters are there? Currently we are passing only one parameter, here also and here also. If you see, we are passing only one parameter, but how many parameters we have defined into our hello class? If you see, inside our hello class set message, we have specified two parameters, but we are passing only one parameter. How it is possible? What if I will pass here, what if I will pass here hello, hello? You cannot do that one, is not applicable for the argument. But you can see inside your set message two parameters are there. One is hello, that name should be this, first should be of this type, that we can give, and we can use here this dot message. This one, how we can use this here? Because this is present into your method parameter, then only we can use. So that's why you can give that here. You cannot supply like that. Automatically your JVM will supply this one whenever it is calling, and it will be considered always the first parameter. It should not like that. It can be the second parameter. You cannot give like that. If you give like this, it will not work. If you see here, what is the error? That only the first formal parameter may be declared explicitly as this, only first, but you cannot give that is a last or any other. You cannot give that one. Okay, that is fine. Here you can use. Okay, so that's why we are printing this one, and we are getting here. We are not passing two parameters, we are passing only one parameter. But parameters, if you see, two parameters are there. For get message also two parameters. For toString method also one parameter is there, hello of this type. But while calling this toString method, I am not passing any parameter. And if you use get message also, so okay, yeah, this is get message only. Yeah, this one is get message only. So if you use this get message, then also you are not passing any parameter, but inside get message parameter you can see of current type one parameter is there with the name this, but you no need to pass. So that is the new information they have applied into Java 8. Okay, yes, fine. So using this as a method parameter you can use, and you cannot use this in your constructor. You cannot use here like this, hello this you cannot use. Why? Because constructor only is used to create the object, but here what you are saying, before to create the object you need object. How it is possible? It's not possible, because through the constructor only we can create the object. But you are saying while calling the while creating the object I need object. How it is possible? Of the same time, at least one object should be created, then only you can pass here. So that's why you cannot give this into your constructor. Sorry, you cannot give this into your constructor. Okay, fine. Even not here also you cannot give hello this, you cannot give that also. Okay, that is fine. Okay, and the next one is accessing the parameter name using reflection. Which parameter name? Method parameter name. Before in Java 7 you cannot before to Java 8, in Java 6 or 7 you cannot access the parameter name. So what will be the parameter name? Parameter name is by default it will be arg0, arg1, arg2. It will be like that. It was like that. Suppose here if you see, okay, I can remove this one, just remove this one, no issue. If you remove that is fine. This one also you remove. Okay, so if you see here, what is the name of this parameter? See, this is our method set message. For this set message we are accepting one parameter, and what is this parameter? This parameter type is a string, and this parameter name is message. But what will be the actual name in your .class file? That will be arg0, arg1, arg2, like that. If it is a more than one, like string2, string arg1, arg2, it will be like that. It will be converted like that. But in Java 8 you can access that variable name. So to access that variable name, how can you access that variable name? Via reflection only. Via reflection only, accessing the parameter name using reflection. But in Java 7 you cannot access. If you access, then that will be arg0, arg1, like that. So I will show you how we can access. So if you see, this is our reflection code. So what we are doing here, we are loading this class first, hello class. From this class what I am getting? Hello class get method. Which method? Set message. This is the method name. Yes, set message, one method is there that is accepting one parameter of a string type. So what should be the type of this string? String class. Okay, now inside this method we will get this method, and here if you see, we are getting the parameters of a method. How many parameters are there for that method? All the methods parameter will be collected into this parameters type array, and from this parameters this parameters array we are iterating. Okay, sorry, we are iterating this parameters array, and from this iteration what we are getting? We are getting the type and we are getting the name. Type and name. What should be the type? Type is a string only. And what is the name of that parameter? What is the name of that parameter? If you see, set message. For set message, parameter name is a message. Then what message? What name will come? What name will come? arg0. How? Because this is the default behavior in Java 6, 7, 5, any before to Java Standard Edition, Standard Edition version, if you use reflection to get the name of the variables, get the name of the parameter, then that will be arg0, arg1, arg2, it will be like that only. But in Java 8 you can access the parameter name by reflection. What is the actual name? To do that one, you have to give some configuration while compiling the file, because at the compilation time you have to add the extra information. So how you do that one? You have to enable store information about method parameter via reflection. So you have to go to window, preference, then Java, then compiler. So go to window, preference, Java. Under Java you have to go to compiler. Under this compiler you can see class file generation. So that is generating .class file. So while generating .class file, you have to store information about method parameters usable via reflection. So just check this value. If it is unchecked, then check this value and apply and close. Now if you run this one, it will come the exact name. I think it is not saved. So go to window, preference, Java, compiler, store information, apply and close. Okay, so I think it's not saved, that's why it's not coming. Run this one. Okay, it is coming arg0. So go to window, preference, Java, compiler, store information, apply, click on yes, apply and close, and then run. So now that information about method parameters is saved into your .class file, and now if you run, you will get the exact name of that parameter. So you can get that one using, in Java 8 we can get the method parameter variable name via reflection. So we have to enable the following feature into your Java IDE. So when you will enable this feature, your compiler will store the information about method parameter name into your .class file. So you can, while accessing, you will get the exact name. Okay, next one is of functional programming. What is functional programming in Java 8? Functional programming supports imperative programming. Java supports imperative programming, but in Java 8 functional programming is also adopted. What is imperative programming and what is functional declarative programming? So Java Standard Edition 8 adapting functional programming, and functional programming help you to write the code in declarative manner. So what is declarative code and what is imperative code? Because in Java Standard Edition 7 or before to 8, you have to do some imperative code to do some functionality, like while sorting or finding the elements. You can do that imperatively. But in Java Standard Edition 8, they have given the feature of functional programming, and using this functional programming you can write the code in a declarative manner. So what is the difference between imperative code and declarative code? If you see this example, so this is our imperative code. This one is a imperative code and this one is a declarative code respectively. So what we are doing here, find name, we are finding a name. Which name? Manish. Manish from the list we are finding. So how we can find that one? We can do that one using a loop. That is an imperative code. We are using loop here, and inside this loop we are making a comparison. If name is equal to Manish, then we are saying found is true, and we are breaking the loop. And if found is true, then we are printing Manish found. This is an imperative code, and this one is a declarative code. What is this declarative code? Names dot contain. This method is already there into your list. Contain. You know, this is the imperative code. Inside imperative you can do your functionality manually, but you are taking the help of some method, and that method is telling whether Manish name is containing into this list or not. If it is containing, then you are simply saying found. If you take another example, that what it is doing, total factor price. So here if you see, this is a list, this is a list of a double, and what we are doing here, we are iterating this list, and after iterating I am comparing the price that should be greater than 0. If it is a greater than 0, then I am making the I am calculating that value and I am adding into this total factor price. So here what we are doing, we are not doing nothing, we are counting the total of doubles only. We are counting this total value only, whatever the value is there inside this price, we are making this so we are counting here total price, total factor price by this calculation. This is our formula. What we are doing, into our price we are multiplying with 1 plus double dot value of 10, means 0.10 factor we are multiplying into our price, and that we are adding into our total factor price. So we are doing this operation. So this is our imperative code. Same imperative code you can do using declarative code also. If you do through declarative code, then how it is, see, we are taking the help of some method. What are that method? First what we are doing, we are creating a stream from the price. From this list we are creating a stream. From this stream we are filtering, and after filtering we are checking whether this price is greater than 23. If it is a greater than 23.0 something, then what we are making, we are doing into a map. After doing into map, we are processing the same, we are making the same operation, and after making the same operation we are doing a reduce to this, and it is returning the same total factor price here. We are not making any loop here. So this is our declarative code. This is imperative and this is a declarative. This is a stream API that is added in Java 8. Okay. So this is a functional programming. So let's see the example of functional programming. Okay, so if you see here what we have created here one student class. So student class has a student name and subject and marks, means of a particular student in which subject he got some marks. So simple, this is a student name, this is a subject, and this is the marks that a student got in a particular subject. Okay, that is very simple. And here if you see we have created a min marks predicate. Min marks means minimum marks, this should be a predicate, and that we are implementing inside that one. We are implementing a predicate, and that predicate is a generic type, that is a student. And here we have defined one integer variable that is named marks, and that marks we are initializing while creating this object. And here inside our test, what we are doing, what we are testing, we are testing student marks minimum should be this much. This, whatever the student is getting the marks, that minimum marks should be this much only. It should be greater than, but it should be minimum this one. So that is a min marks predicate, and this min marks predicate we can use to predicate the marks. So if you see here, we have created one list. We have created one list of a students, and we have added some of the students. So this is the name of student, this is the subject of that student, and this is the marks. So this is the name, subject, name of student, name of subject, and marks. And what we want to do, I want the student name who got minimum or minimum 64 marks, means I can say I want the names of students who got minimum 64 marks or greater than 64. So how many are there? 64 greater than. So you just simply you can create a predicate here. We have created a min marks predicate, simple, and that min marks predicate we are supplying into this filter. So what is this filter? This filter is taking one list. This filter is taking one list of a particular type, any type, no issue. We are making this as a generic, and we are giving here one predicate also. So using this predicate, I am making the prediction. I am making a prediction, simple, and I am returning this list. So you will see only the 64 greater than 64 marks who got, you will get the names. So greater than 64, 70, 80, 64 and 88. These are the complete total students, but here you are getting only these many. Okay, if you give this value as a 70, then definitely you will get the greater than 70 only. That is up to your choice. You can give this value, simple. So this is called functional programming. This is called functional programming, means you can do your function, you can do your operation instead of doing imperative programming. You can do using declarative programming. What is declarative programming? This is our declarative programming. We have declared a method. Declarative programming is nothing but we have declared a specific method to do a specific task. To do a specific task, we have declared a specific method. So that is a declarative. Otherwise, that is an imperative. That is imperative manner. You can do this task using for loop here itself only. So that is called functional programming. Okay. Next one is a lambda expression. In Java 8, they have added lambda expression also. The lambda expression, that is a very you can say that is very popular features they have added into Java 8. That what it will do, that enable you to treat functionality as method argument or code as a data, or lambda expression let you express instance of a single method interface referenced to a functional interface. So what is functional interface? A functional interface define. What is functional interface? An interface in Java that has only one abstract method called functional interface, and it can have a static or default method, no issue. But if it has a abstract method, then abstract method should be one only. Then only you can say that that interface is a functional interface. It can have a static or default, no issue. But if it has an abstract method, then abstract method should be one. Then only you can say that is a functional interface, and that you can mark with @functional interface annotation also. Okay, you can mark functional interface to functional interface, otherwise not required, it will take automatically. That is also fine. So let's see the example of lambda expression now. Okay. So if you see, we have created one fun interface. You can see here we have created one fun interface. So this is our functional interface. I am marking this annotation as a functional interface. Why it is a functional interface? Because this has only one abstract method. Anyhow, this can have a static or default, that we have already seen, because in Java 8 we can add static and default method also. So that we have already seen. You can add this one, no issue. I am adding this one, fine. But you can add, but you must have only one abstract method. So currently this has a one abstract method, so that's why you can mark this as a functional interface. And if I remove this one, you can see invalid @functional interface annotation. Fun interface is not a functional. It is a functional, then only you can mark this annotation. And if you don't mark, then that is also fine. It will be considered as a functional interface only. Okay, fine. So see, this is an interface. So for this interface, how can you create the object? You have to implement. How can you create the object? Because you need to call these method, abs method, static method, default method. You have to call these methods. Currently I am commenting this one, no issue, but okay, you can use, no issue. How can you call these methods, this default and this abstract? Because static you can call with the help of fun interface name only, but abs method and def method, how can you call? You need the object. How can you create the object for interface? You cannot create until you have not given the implementation. You cannot create the object. So how can you do that one? We can create in this way also. We can give this implementation. See, we have created the subclass and we have given the implementation. That definitely we can give that one. That is also fine. So we can give that one. So what we have did here in our main class, if you see, this is our fun interface. This is our interface. Inside fun interface IMPL class we have given the implementation for that one, and inside fun interface main we have created the object using this subclass, and we have just called the static and default and abs method we have called. Yeah, so that is fine, it is working. Static, def and abs, it's working. But this is we have given a concrete implementation that we can avoid by using anonymous class. Anonymous class means, if you see, for this fun interface, if we use anonymous class, that is also fine. You can see this is anonymous class. So anonymous class means currently this class doesn't have a name. This is our class. This is our class, but this class doesn't have name. This, if you see, this is fun interface. This is a fun interface only. This fun interface you are giving as using as a constructor, but here this is the implementation for that one. So this implementation will be the direct subclass of fun interface, but here there is a no class. In this case also you can use this functional interface. This you cannot use here function. It is not like that you can use here functional interface only. If it is a more than one abstract method, that also you can give the implementation here, because this is the feature is in Java. Before to Java 8 you can use. This is the another option that you can do, but in Java 8 they have added lambda expression. So what is lambda expression? This is the lambda expression specifically given for Java 8. You can see this is the implementation. For method you can give the direct implementation. If it is a lambda expression, then definitely, see, we are not using here new keyword at all, and we are creating the object. So here is the implementation only, because this is a functional interface. To do or to use the lambda expression, that is the requirement that your interface should be functional interface. Your functional interface must be the functional interface. Your interface must be the functional interface to use lambda expression. So that's why we are using here lambda expression, and we can use remaining. Static we can use with the interface name. Default we can use from the default reference we can use, and this one is the concrete implementation that is coming as a lambda expression. Simple, that is fine. So this is nothing but lambda expression. Okay, another example, if you want to understand of the lambda expression, that you can understand from this person class. Here if you see, person is one class that we have defined with three fields: person ID, name and age. Person ID, name and age. I want to filter the person by age. How I can do? Using lambda expression I can do that very easily. So if you see here, we have created a persons class, person, list of person. In that one I have added these 9 persons, and that is the age of that persons. If you see, that is the age of that person. I want to filter the person whose age is less than 18. So just simply print those person. Yeah, less than 18. There are 3 persons whose age is less than 18, 18, 5 and 9. So this is the name of that person, Sumit, Prem, Sajjan. And if I want to predicate greater than 18, that is also fine. So this is, you can see, this is a lambda expression only. What is lambda expressions here? These person are there. And if I want to use more than 35 age, then how many are there? I think no one. I think 2 are there. Okay, yeah, 2 are there. So you can use. So what is lambda expression here? If you see this filter method is accepting one parameter of a type predicate, and this predicate is nothing but a functional interface that has a one test method. That's it. So you can use that lambda expression and you can give that implementation here. After that one, if you see this for each is again a lambda. It is accepting one parameter that is nothing but consumer, and this consumer is again a functional interface that has a one method accept. That's it. So it is giving that one here. So this is our another lambda expression. This is one lambda expression. So 2 times we are using here lambda expression. We can use in this way. That is nothing but the lambda expression that is added in the new feature in Java 8. Okay. So the next one is method reference. So what is method reference? Method reference provide easy to read lambda expression for methods that already have a name. We use lambda expression to create anonymous method something. However, a lambda expression does nothing but can an existing method. In this case, it is often clear to refer the existing method by name. So whatever the method is there, if that method name, using the method name, we can refer and we can give the reference to the method. Actually, method reference enable you to do this. You are compact, easy to read lambda expression for method that already has a name. So how it will be useful, I will show you. Method reference. So if you see, this is our method reference. If I open this greetable, so if you see, this greetable interface has only one method, that is nothing but greet. Only. So how can you give this? How can you give the implementation for this one? We can create a subclass, or we can create an anonymous class, or other way is we can use lambda expression. But along with this one more option is there, that you can pass directly reference of the method to this greet method. How it is? So if you see this greeting, so this is a greetable, and this greeting class, if you see, that has a greet method, that is also has a greet method, and it is returning a string. This is returning a string only, and that is a concrete class. You can see this greeting is a concrete class, but this greetable is not a concrete class. This is an interface that has a greet method, and that is returning a string, and this greeting has a greet method that is returning a string only. And it is not like that method name should be same. If it is a greet, here I can give here greet abc something, greet namest, namaste, that is also fine. Greet namaste, and what it is giving? Greeting namaste, welcome to Java 8 features. Simple. So here this greeting class is a concrete class, and this has a concrete method, greeting namaste, and greetable is an functional interface. So for this greet method, for this functional interface, for this greet method, that return type is a string, we can give functional method reference. We can assign method reference also. So how we can assign? So we can assign by this, very easy. This is nothing but if you see here this statement, line number 13, this is nothing but method reference assignment. So what is method reference assignment? Inside this greeting class, one greet namaste method is there, that is returning a string value, and if you see greetable class has a one greet method that also returning a string value, so definitely you can give method reference for this one, and it should be functional interface also. So it's a functional interface because this has only one abstract method. Okay, so here using this greeting reference, we are giving the method reference for what? For this greet method, because this greet namaste and greet method of greetable interface has a same return type. Return type should be same, then only you can use this one. So you can use in this way, that is very easy. And if you see what will be, it will print namaste, welcome to Java 8 features. Simple. It is coming from greeting class, because this implementation is coming from greeting implementation. And you can see greeting and greetable class doesn't have any inheritance relationship also. Even if it is an inheritance relationship, then we can directly create the object for that greetable here. But see, we are not creating the object for greetable by using any subclass. What we are doing, we are giving the reference of the method that is available under greeting class, and there is no relationship between greeting and greetable classes. Greetable interface and greeting class doesn't have any inheritance relationship. It's not a subtype also, but you can give the method reference, because method reference is possible if and only if the return type is same only, then only you can give the method reference. Okay, that is also fine. Yes. Okay, currently this greet namaste is a instance method. You can see here, this is an instance method. So how we are giving the reference, how we are giving method reference? By using reference variable. This is our reference variable. By using this reference variable, we are giving the method reference assignment to the greetable greet method. But if suppose in our greetable 2, if you see in our greetable 2, greet method is a static method. So we know to use or to access any static member of a class, we no need reference variable. With the help of class name itself, we can call this greet method. So in this case, how we can give the static method reference? We can give the static method reference in this way, by class name, and by after this symbol we can give this static method reference to this greet method of a greetable. Here if you see, this greet method also has a return type as a string only, so you can give for static method also reference. From the static method also you can give the reference. Now you will see it is executing from greeting 2. This implementation is coming from greeting 2. In greeting 2 we are printing in this way, greeting 2 namaste, welcome to Java 8 feature. Name you can give this one anything. By giving the reference, it should not be the name same. Here the name is different. If you give here greeting 2 ABC, greet ABC, greet hello, here you will just give, instead of namaste you give hello, that is also fine. So now you can give here greet hello, hello, because this name is it's not mandatory name should be same, name can be different. Here the name method name is greet, but here is greet hello, name is different. You can give that also, that is also fine. For static we can give the method reference. For instance method also we can give the method reference. And next one is for constructor. Next one is for constructor. How we can give for constructor? So this is constructor reference. Very simple, because we know string has string s is equals to new string. We know string class has this constructor with the it has a default constructor. So definitely we can give new, or so what will be the value for this one currently? What will be the value for greetable? Because this using this default constructor, whatever the string we have created, that is empty string. So no greet method, nothing will be there. Nothing will be there. Okay, fine, that is fine. Or if you use like I am creating a string by hello and I am using s by passing some method that is returning dot to uppercase. If I use this one, then that will be a static reference. That is a static reference. That is also fine. Now dot greet, what greet is containing? Hello is containing only. So that is also fine. It execution will happen. Execution will be executed from this to uppercase method. Okay, so here if you see the execution will be happening from to uppercase method, that is returning a string only. So it is returning hello in uppercase. Okay, that is fine. But what is our purpose here? Our purpose to understand the constructor reference. So this is a constructor reference, that is nothing but the constructor reference, because string class has a one default constructor that is returning an empty string. So this is an empty string only, simple. Okay, so to understand this constructor reference, we have created one more class. So here you can clearly understand. So this is my interface. This has a one GetStudent method that is returning a student. And what is student? Student is this one that we have defined here only, that has a name, student name, course name and roll number. These three fields it has. So GetStudent is returning the reference of GetStudent is returning a student object. So to this GetStudent we can give a constructor reference by using student.new keyword. That's it, very simple. And if you see student by using student default constructor, by using student class default constructor, we are creating a student with these value, whose name is Sham, course name is MCA, roll number is 6. Very simple. And some getter setters are there, toString is there, that's fine. So here what we are doing, we are giving a constructor reference for the method of GetStudent of my interface class. Okay, so for my interface GetStudent method we are giving the constructor reference. This is our constructor reference. So what will be the value of student here? Student value will be name will be Sham, course will be MCA, roll number will be 6 only. That's it. So if I run this one, you will see, yeah, that's fine, it's printing. So this is called constructor reference. So method reference is nothing but we are providing a reference of method. We are providing a reference of a method to the functional interface. That's it. We are providing the method reference to the functional interface called method reference. Okay, next one is a stream API. We have already seen this stream API in our previous sessions. So you can go to this link and you can watch that session again. This is that one, this string API, this one you can watch. Okay, that's fine. I will post these link in descriptions. Next one is optional class. What is optional class? Optional class can be mostly used to check the values that is null or not null, or by checking is value is present or something like that, is equal to or less to. That also you can do that process using optional class. Java optional class, every Java programmer is familiar with the null pointer exception. It can crash your code, because if you are not checking the null pointer exception, then that definitely it will do, and it is very hard to avoid without using too many null checks. In Java 8 has introduced a new class called optional that is available under java.utl package. It can help in writing a neat code without using too many null checks. By using optional, we can specify alternative values to return or alternate code to run that makes the code more readable, because the fact which we hidden are now visible to the developer. So how we will use this optional class? Let's see that one. That is also added into Java 8. So if you see here, so here what we have created one array. We have created one array of a 10 size of a string type, and for this fifth array I want to check whether it is a null or not null. Then what I have to do? I have to check in this way. If words at fifth position not equals to null, I have to do these operations, but I no need to do that at all. You can directly check null is present of nullable of this fifth one. If it is a null, is check null is present. If it is a present, then definitely value will be there, and then I am making that value is uppercase and I am printing. Otherwise word is null. Simple. If I run this one, you will see. So word is null, and if I assign for this fifth index value namaste, then what will be the value of this one? Uppercase namaste, because I am making this operation here. That's it. Okay, so in this way we can use the optional class. So many other operations are also there for this this one. You can go through that one, like filter, predicate, whether this containing a particular or something predicate, if this string has this one or something. If present, that directly it will do this operation. If it is a present, then it will do this operation. What operation? V is equals to, what it will do? It will do these operations. That's it. In that case, if you remove this one, then it will work. If it is a present, then only it will do these operations. So that is the use of optional classes. Okay, sorry, optional class. Next one is a base 64 API that is also added into Java 8. So what is base 64? So let's see the example for base 64 API. So this is our base 64 API that is added into Java 8, base 64 class. If you see this base 64 class, that is added in Java 1.8 only. So this base 64 class has one static class, that is another static class, that is encoder and decoder. Both are static class that is available under base 64 class, that you can use to encode and decode the value in base 64 format. So that is very simple. You just have to create encoder by this get encoder value, by get encoder method. It will return base 64 encoder. Using this encoder, you can encode any byte array, only byte array. You cannot do like that any other value. Just you have to encode dot encode what? Only the byte array or byte buffer, same only byte array or byte buffer. From the source to destination also you can specify. Okay, that is fine. And you can use decoder to decode, get it by decoder, by get decoder method you can get the decoder, and you can use this decoder to decode your encrypted byte array. Simple. Here just I am printing this one by using this print array method. Okay, yes, so this is our actual 97, 98, 99, 100, 101. This is our actual array, actual byte array. That this is our encrypted array, encoded array you can say. This is our decrypted again. That's it. Okay, fine. So in this way we can use base 64 API to encoding or decoding a byte array. Fine. And in JDBC 4.2 introduce a new feature in Java 8. What are those features? Ref cursor support they have added. They have given a driver action interface also. They have added one deregister method to do the security check for driver manager. SQL type interface they have added. JDBC type interface they have added. Using this one you can check what is the type of JDBC you are using. Okay, and it is also supporting for large update count, change to the existing interfaces, and row set enhancement they have given. And JDBC ODBC bridge also has been removed in Java 8. So we may see this one in another JDBC session, where what is the new feature is added in Java JUnit 8 with respect to JDBC. We will see that in separately. Okay, so these are the major features that is added into Java Standard Edition 8. Java Standard Edition 8. Default and static method, new date and time API, using this in method parameter, accessing parameter name by reflection, functional programming, lambda expression, method expression, stream API, method reference, stream API, optional, base 64 API, and JDBC 4.2 new features. That's it. So these were the Java Standard Edition 8 new feature. So in the next session we will see Java Standard Edition 9 features. So I hope you like this session. Please subscribe my channel and we will see you in the next session. Till that, bye bye and thanks for watching.